Day 3 of locking myself in my room until I make $1 million. Today's a little bit of a lighter day. Honestly, it's kind of late and I'm kind of on break right now. Just for like the first week of summer, I'm just taking it easy. So I just kind of just hung out with family and did some like mindfulness, like cooking dinner with my grandma and all that stuff. We watched like a show together, but I still grinding. I can show you guys what I did today. It looks a lot similar to yesterday's, and you'd be right for saying that. And what I did was I played around with the Cubic Breezer CSS animation time. And it's a little weird how it works. Let me see. This YouTuber made like a graph kind of. It's I don't want to get too technical, but it just took me about like 20 minutes to understand. But CSS animations is going to be very important for the website that I'm planning to make. Even though I plan to use a lot of Claude, I don't think Claude will reliably do stuff like this. I think it's more for like I don't know how to put this, but like everyday web browsing. But I don't think it's made for like dynamic stuff like this. And I also just like want more control over what I'm doing, so I'm just learning CSS animation. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to work out. But yeah, I use Cubic Breezer. If I play with the values here, I'd be lying if I said I fully understood. But I'm just gonna do that tomorrow. Like this makes it. I don't really know, honestly. Yeah, today was more of just like a restful day. First day of summer break, and the way that like I made this more realistic kind of is it starts at like an acceleration and then eases back in, which is more realistic to an actual frisbee throw. As you can see, it starts off kind of fast and then it eases towards the player, like maybe like the wind catches it or something. And that's kind of like what the frisbee, like a good like long distance frisbee throw is like. You kind of want like a quick release, I guess, and then it depends on what kind of throw, but usually you want it to kind of like drift down a little bit, especially if the player's tall. So like get that like whoosh, and then it kind of like comes back down, so it's easy to catch, especially for a tall person. But if I play with the values here, I can have it accelerate quicker. And yeah, see, it's accelerating slightly quicker. Maybe like this. Yep. So I'm just kind of playing around. And yep, first phase 1 of the lock-in is just kind of me testing stuff out and brushing up on my CSS. I plan to work in like different phases. This is phase 1 right now. Kind of just taking things easy, just taking like one small step every day. But honestly, I don't know how much I'm gonna make this summer break, just because a lot of the time is gonna be spent building and figuring stuff out. So I don't know if I'm gonna make. I mean, of course, I don't want to say that in like a negative way. I know it's possible, but I don't know if I'm gonna make $1 million this summer break on it. Obviously, I'm gonna try my best, but I definitely don't. I definitely don't. What I'm trying to say is I don't want to release an unfinished product. It doesn't feel. Because if I try to like rush things too much, I want to spend like 4 or 5 hours everyday building, and I don't want to rush that, basically. Like, I'm gonna try really hard not to overthink, but I want something real. Like, I want it to like start off free, for customers, and I want it so I can get like user feedback. Like, I don't know if I want the goal right now to be like make $1 million. I want it to be just like, the goal right now is to build something and then get like user feedback on it. But that's the goal right now, because I've always been kind of scared to get that user feedback, because I've built plenty of stuff, but I've always been scared to actually like show it off to somebody and be accepting of like their actual opinion instead of like polite interest. I've always been scared of that next step in the journey. And that's exactly what I'm trying to face with this. But it's not a skyscraper yet, but you know, every day I build like an extra brick higher, an extra step higher. And this is the next step in the journey. I mean, it doesn't seem like much. I spent like 20 minutes learning like that CSS concept, but you know, it's going to start to add up. And I think whenever I trust myself and just accept, whenever like I trust myself and then accept, like, I don't really care too much what the outcome is. Maybe like I make like a shot on like a basketball court that I don't really care if I make it or not. Those are usually the ones that go in. Like if I just make like a basketball shot and I have no intention of it going in, like I'm basically just doing it because like I'm bored. Those are usually the exact shots that go in. So I'm just gotta go with the flow and take it as I go along with it. I don't know. But yeah, the short-term goal right now is not to make $1 million. The short-term goal is to build something that I can get user feedback on. And because I'm not really in a rush to get financial. I mean, the title is flashy, but I'm not really in a rush to make a whole bunch of money. Like I have security. I could probably go like years without ever even getting like a 9 to 5, and I'd probably be fine just living at my parents' house. And that's because like I'm safe to like test stuff out and experiment. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. But yeah, see you guys in day 3. Dinner tonight was spaghetti and some really good spaghetti sauce. I liked that. Made it with my grandma. But I'll see you guys on day 3.